Fat Beach Day. Fat Beach Day in New York City to create an accepting environment for the plus-size community, a space for people to be themselves, entirely themselves. Initial picture I thought, is that M.K. Pritzker?
Hey,
in New
hey.
York? Holy God.
No, she's on Ozempic. She's on the way down, not on the way up.
Yeah. I'm so self-conscious at the beach, and I never go around people that look like me, said Emma Zach. I'm excited we've created the space for folks with bigger bodies to have a good time. Come on, one day a summer, can't you let the fatties take over the beach? 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line. 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line. This was at Jacob Riis Park in New York. But it's not the only fat-oriented event that is planned. There's a Fat Friends pool party.
Oh, you know I love a pool party.
Fat Friends pool party will be in Chicago July 13th.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't have the details. I'm sure you can find it. Fat Friends pool party if you're, perhaps a former member of the Fat Boys or just a plus-size person. You want to go hang out. Get there early before the food's gone. Also, a Bellies Out Beach Day in L.A.
Bellies Out.
Mm-hmm. That's coming up in a few weeks.
Is that for you guys? Because you guys have...
I don't know who the you guys is.
This guy does Pilates.
Fat Bodies and Riis, the park, are a match made in heaven, said Cleo Alana. They brought heaven to Queens. Because Fat Bodies are made in heaven, too. Look at them. They're frolicking of sorts.
312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line. 646. Well, we don't have our text line running.
I don't want to, I don't want.
It should be up soon. Well, you see that, I see this picture.
Yeah. It's Emma Zach again saying it's a really bad time, and not just on the internet, but in society to be fat. It feels really violent in a lot of ways. You think it wouldn't be such a thing because New York is so open and you dress however you want. I guess I always say I never realized how much people hate fat people until I got on TikTok and started following Amy Jacobson.
Hey,
That's what she said.
hey. No, she didn't.
That's what she said. So go ahead. Go ahead, attack fat people.
No.
You can't help yourself. Just do it.
I just don't know why we're celebrating poor health choices.
Oh,
because with obesity comes
you've done
no, because people that died during COVID, 79% were obese or morbidly obese. A fact. Sorry, science and data, numbers don't lie. And they're more likely to have diabetes, hypertension, heart problems. And could skinny people go, or not skinny, but in shape people go to the beach that day?
Can't you just let them have their day?
No, I'm just.
Do you have to insinuate yourself everywhere?
It would be discriminatory if they only let in fat people.
Oh, God. You can have a special day. It's not discriminatory systemically. It's not the Fat Beach. It's Fat Beach Day.
Oh, okay.
And you can go and you don't have to go there and rub it in. Look at me. I'm this tall, skinny blonde. Why do you have to be a mean girl?
I work out. I work out every day. This just doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm getting older and things are shifting. I don't like it.
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to let it all go. It's called exercising some self-control. Now, I know genetics are involved. I get that. I understand. And but there's Ozempic. There's drugs now. Oprah's on Ozempic. Her best friend, what's her name? Gayle King. She's on Ozempic. I heard MK's on Ozempic. A lot of people you think Kelly Clark. Look at Kelly Clarkson. She's this big now.
It
didn't just happen.
You think you could? This is the whole take a pill and so you don't have to do that. I don't.
So you don't have to.
I don't know that I can recommend that the bariatric surgeries and the take a pill kind of stuff.
Well, Chris Christie, was he at the beach on Saturday in New York?
No, he's in New Jersey.
Didn't he eat through his lap band?
Sitting on a beach by himself. On that little chair.
Who ate through their lap band? Was it Bill Belichick or Chris Christie? Because Bill Belichick
wasn't Belichick. No. But back to the important point, the take a pill.
Right.
You think there's no potential downsides to that health wise?
Oh, there's going to be downside. People get Ozempic face. Have you seen that? skinny people in my hood were taking Ozempic
Mm-hmm.
that had no business taking Ozempic because they just wanted to lose 20 pounds for a wedding they had to go to.
And then
Their faces look like aliens.
they
They're
look
like
like Richard Lewis
oblong.
on Curb before he died.
Yeah, exactly.
When it looked like he had already died.
And then she went out. My friend that was on it, she went out to eat at like just a nice steakhouse. Took 2 bites, ran to the bathroom. And you know what she did? Don't play that sound. Don't you? She got sick
Hmm.
because it was too much.
Binging and purging.
Well, she started out with five milliliters or whatever. Now she's up to 10. Now she's addicted and she's stabbing herself everywhere. And the side effects. I mean, if you drink when you're on that, you can get pancreatic failure. But she doesn't even want to drink because she feels so full all the time that she doesn't want to eat anything or drink anything. And now she looks like an alien.
Well, what I see as I look at these pictures, so nicely provided to us by the New York Post, is a lot of BBWs.
What is the BBW?
Big, beautiful women.
Well, I mean, there are some plus.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are some plus size models who are good looking. There are.
This one.
Not that one. But there are beautiful women who are big. I'm not being facetious. That's true.
Give us an example of who you think.
Well, one of those swimsuit models on the SI swimsuit edition, she was big, but she had a beautiful face.
David in Lansing, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Oh boy.
Good morning, guys. I've been listening to your show. Great show.
Hate fest because of Amy.
I watch a lot of MSNBC at a relative's house because I'm forced to. I cannot change the channel. But I've noticed a lot of Wegovy and Ozempic commercials on that station. It's probably, at the very minimum, 1 in 4 commercials is a pharmaceutical commercial. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that it's interspersed with a lot of commercials with cookies and cakes. So they're giving you the cause and the solution in all the commercials.
It's a circle of life. As a American consumer.
They're keeping corporations in business, and corporations are people. Have a nice day.
Thanks for the call. Well, and also too, I mean, everybody's appetites got bigger after COVID. Appetites and bodies. Well, because because the
gyms were closed, and then the flipping bike path was 18 miles of lakefront.
The average weight gain, like men and women, I mean, was massive. You couldn't even believe it. I remember when we talked about the data. I mean, it's dozens of pounds.
I'll find out.
Big numbers. And now they're all at Jacob Riis Park in New York. Danny on the road.
Yeah, what's going to happen is you're going to have that fat day in New York. Everybody's going to get in the water. The sea levels are going to rise. And the green climate people are going to be, see, told you sea levels are rising. That's what's going to happen. I can see it coming.
It's a concern. That's sort of a concern like Congressman Hank Johnson might have.
All right.
Mike in Hammond.
It's going to fall over.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Amy, I believe that swimsuit model you're talking about was trans, and that's why Sports Illustrated is going out of business. In addition, why don't you use your skills, Amy, and do some beach volleyball with these people? Get them in shape.
Yeah, how about some volunteer work? Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah.
Get over there.
Want to be
go
such
to the
a critic?
Pool party.
Why don't you stop cursing the darkness and shine a light?
Well, you could start even if you have to sit down, you could start by doing some arm exercises to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
To burn calories.
Why don't you do a Jane Fonda workout video but specifically for the morbidly obese? You could do it. You could have Pritzker produce it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even star in it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I mean, they're getting organized. The fat people are getting organized.
They've got demands. I mean, remember she wanted 2 seats, and then Southwest caved and gave her 2 seats.
Well, that's
because she's big, and then now she wants a bigger hallway at a hotel.
You're talking about J-Bay, but I mean, they're getting organized and as a cluster, as yet another insular, de facto segregated group. So, when the Civil War comes. Or like the Warriors comes, where you have all these sort of warlord factions come out to play. Yeah, you better take the fat people under consideration.
I'm going to FatCon in Seattle, Washington, January 5th through 7th, and I want to see you there. FatCon is a 3-day fat liberation celebration, y'all. We will be celebrating fat liberation, body acceptance, and the power of being in fat community. With over 60 hours of programming spanning from policy, legislation, healthcare, community, and visual arts, plus a ton more, this is sure to be something you don't want to miss. The vibes are going to be immaculate. With a fat brunch, a fat fashion show, and a fat vendor marketplace, there is so much to do. Plus, there's some really cool experiences you can sign up for, like some fat liberation photo shoots and some incredible shopping experiences with 2 big blondes. Being in fat community with other fat people who just accept you for who you are and get it is such a great experience, and I want every single person watching this to be able to have that experience with us. Ticket sales for the FatCon are going to be ending very soon. You can go to the link in my bio and use code JBAE to save 25% on your tickets. I hope to see each and every one of you at the FatCon in Seattle, Washington, January 5th through 7th.
And the early signups get a dozen eclairs. Just to encourage.
I mean, it's a business now. They're having FatCon like Comic-Con and furry conventions.
Well, it's
a moneymaker.
It's identity based, you see.
Right.
That's you talk about her wanting the special provisions, the airports or the commercial airlines and the hotels to accommodate people of a certain size. Well, this is all the same sort of grievance politics based on identity. I don't know why you necessarily want to identify by your body type, but they do, because again, what's the way to be exalted in the West these days? Be part of a victim group. So that's the role. That's the game that so many of them are playing. And, you don't want to lard on to it, but I mean, let's just, we have to call things how they are. Plus, by the way, when I think of a plus size model, I don't think of a transvestite on the cover of SI or Gail King or some I like a plus size model in the true vernacular would be like Kate Upton.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, but I think most people, when they mean
She's
plus
not
size model,
obese.
no, that's my point.
God, 40% of Americans
We're
gained weight during the pandemic.
We're-
Average 2.5 pounds. 27% gained 12.5 pounds or more. Oh,
I think the numbers were higher than that. I saw some numbers higher than that, but we're dumbing down plus size model, and that concerns me.
oh, okay. Would you date a plus size model? Yeah.
I mean, if
Well, would she date you? Is
if
more
Kate
the question.
Upton decides that Justin Verlander isn't cutting it,
then
then
call Dan.
she
He's
has
available.
she has my number. Kevin in Austin, Texas.
Amy, Dan, I was thinking that Republicans get a 2-for-1. They could actually get people start walking precincts to get out to vote and early vote in November, especially in the 4 congressional seats that they could actually win in Illinois.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kevin in Austin, Texas always makes it political.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else you want to?
Well, speaking of overweight women, I should. Hillary Clinton's coming to Illinois.
No, she's morbidly obese.
Well, is she
She's
morbidly obese?
She's a pig.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a pig.
It's
And in a lot of ways.
It's a conversation. Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
About politics, marriage, and family.
What about weight? Carolyn Moments.
Hi, good morning, Dan and Amy. I thought maybe the airlines could get around this if they charged a fee for flying and sold it per seat, not per person, but you have to buy a ticket for a seat, so like $99 a seat, and that rather than per person.
Well, you do have to buy a seat. Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point right now, that they're complaining about having to buy 2 seats, and the point is you should be sell. They're saying you should sell based on the person, and so if the person is 400 pounds and they need 2 seats, then you get the seat price, not the 2-seat price. You see.
Oh, see, no, that it should be per seat.
Well, it is per seat. Thanks for the call, Carol. Right now, it is per seat.
Right.
Did you ever go on you ever fly and you have to like pick out your seats and
Right.
you get
But
paid?
then she pays for 2, the way that the fat people do it.
Yeah, go ahead. You're like the Jane Goodall of fat people. You've studied them.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go
At
ahead.
Southwest Airlines, you buy both tickets, and then later you ask for the refund for that second ticket, and they'll give it to you because you're obese, because you have to put down on.
Yeah,
there.
but that's on Southwest. But if you're getting assigned seats, then you have to pick your seats.
Right.
So you'd have to pick two, and then the way it's all a la carte now. You have to pay $14 if you want
I can't
this
stand that.
window
sit here
seat.
with
So
your
forth.
family.
So that doesn't work. This is why Jay Bay and the Fat Revolt is on, because they want per person prices, not per seat prices.
Okay.
And then this is also a discussion too about
Well, there's a
weighing customers because of
exactly.
The aerodynamics of flight. That's always a concern.
Yeah, and if you weigh more, you have to pay more.
And so
There's an airline in Japan that does it.
So any more aspersions you wanted to cast?
Yeah, I mean, again, celebrating obesity. I don't get it.
All right.